Welcome back. And I'm just so excited for today's topic because we are going to go deep into it. And I am just going to really enjoy this. So come here, sit with me for a minute. I know why you're listening to this right now. You have the urge to reach out, don't you? To text them, to call, to just check in, see how they're doing. And you're sitting with your phone in your hand, composing and deleting messages, wondering if maybe, just maybe this time would be different. Maybe they changed, maybe they've overreacted, or maybe you overreacted, maybe it wasn't actually that bad. Maybe you're being too harsh. Maybe. And underneath all of that, you're feeling weak, like you should be over this by now. Like all the work you've done, the therapy, the healing, the boundaries, none of it counts because here you are again, wanting to go back. First, put the phone down. Not forever, just for the next 20 minutes. Because we're going to get through this together. And before we go any further, I need you to hear something. This urge doesn't mean you're failing. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you haven't healed. It means you're human. And right now, in this moment, we're going to sit with this feeling without acting on it. I'm not going to shame you. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I am going to walk you through this so you can make a choice you won't regret tomorrow. So drop a comment right now if you're listening to this because you have the urge today. No judgment, just acknowledgement, because I need to know you're not alone in this. This urge, it's one of the most common, most painful parts of healing. And it doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. Before we dive in, if you keep finding yourself coming back, make sure to subscribe, make sure to follow, and make sure to like this video so I know exactly what you are needing to hear. Because these episodes are your lifelines for moments exactly like this one. So let's make sure that keep showing up when you need them. Welcome to the Beyond You podcast, where we have real conversations about healing, trusting yourself again, and building the kind of relationships that actually feel good. I'm Samantha, and if you've ever felt like you're just going through the motions, like you're doing all the right things but still feeling disconnected, you're in the right place. Because here we go beyond the surface, beyond the hurt, beyond the patterns that keep you stuck. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's get into it. All right, let's talk about what's really happening and what you're going to do about it. So let's first go into and why this urge even happens and why it doesn't mean you're weak. So first let's talk about the why, because why you're feeling this way, because understanding what's happening in your body and your brain right now, right? Because it helps you not personalize it so much. I find a lot of people take it so personal. Your brain is literally going through withdrawal here. What nobody tells you when you leave a relationship, especially a toxic one, your brain goes through withdrawal similar to the drug withdrawal. I'm not being dramatic. This is just science. When you were with them, your brain released dopamine, oxytocin, all the feel good chemicals. Even the bad relationships, especially in the bad relationship, you got those chemicals hits during those good moments, the makeups after the fights, intensity. And now that you're not with them, your brain is craving that chemical cocktail. It doesn't care that the relationship was bad for you. It just knows it wants that drug back. So when you have the urge to reach out, that's not your intuition. That's not your heart telling you the truth. That's your brain withdrawal, looking for that next hit. Right? So tell me in the comments that you know this, because I told a lot of times within my sessions is that you're not alone when it comes to feeling like this, because when you understand that it's withdrawal, the urge becomes less personal, more psychological. You're not weak, you're experiencing a natural chemical response. You're trauma bonded, not soul bonded. The second thing happening, if this was a toxic or painful relationship, you're likely trauma bonded to that person. Trauma bonding happens when you experience intense highs and lows with someone. The makeups and breakups, incredible moments followed by devastating ones, that emotional roller coaster, that push and pull. Your nervous system bonds to the cycle, not the person. And when you're away from them, your body experiences that as danger because trauma and chaos became your version of normal. So this urge to go back is not because you miss who they are. It's because your nervous system is screaming familiar equals safe. And even though familiar was actually dangerous, that's not love. That's biology. And we're going to work with it, not against it. So the loneliness amplifies everything. And is there a practical piece? You're lonely, right? Maybe you've been strong for weeks or months. Maybe you've been doing all the right things, therapy, journaling, leaning on friends. But today you're tired. Today you're sad. Today you're scrolling through the old photos, or you heard your song, or someone said something that reminded you of them. And in that moment of loneliness, your brain romanticizes what you had. It highlights the good moments and minimizes the bad ones. It tells you at least when you were with them, you weren't alone. But being alone is better than being with someone who makes you feel lonely. It makes you feel alone. Let me say it again because you need to hear it. Being by yourself is better than being with someone who makes you feel lonely, small, anxious, or like you're constantly walking on eggshells. And the cultural pressure about loyalty and this giving up, and if we're being honest about all the layers here, especially from a Black, brown women, there's often this cultural piece too. Maybe we're raised with you don't give up on the people, right? Maybe there's just pressure that leaving means you're not loyal, not strong enough to work through the hard things, not committed. Maybe there's a family or friends saying every relationship has problems, right? Or just you just need to communicate better. Or are you sure you're not being too sensitive? And this has us wondering if they're right. It maybe you should go back and try harder. If maybe the problem is in you not trying enough. Let me be clear. There's a difference between working through problems in a healthy relationship and repeatedly returning to someone who hurts you. Loyalty is beautiful. Commitment is beautiful, but not when it requires you to betray yourself. Not when it costs you your peace, your self respect, your mental health. Share in the comments what this cultural message you've heard about legal relationships that makes it harder because naming it helps you separate what's actually yours from what was taught to you. So here's the truth that you need to be able to hear right now. Okay, so now you understand why the urge is happening. But before I give you the practical tools, I need to tell you some truths. And I'm going to be direct with you because you need to hear this and you need to hear from someone who loves you enough to be honest. Going back won't feel, it will not feel how you think it will. You're imagining that if you reach out, you'll get closure, you'll get validation, you'll get the apology you've been waiting for, you'll get the version of them you fell in love with. But understand that's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is one of two things. Option one, they respond. Maybe they're nice at first. Maybe they say what you want to hear. And for a few hours or days, you feel that relief. But then the same patterns start again. The same behaviors, the same hurt, because people don't fundamentally change in the weeks or months you've been apart. Not without serious, sustained work on themselves. And you'll be right back where you were, except now you've lost the progress you made. Option two, they don't respond how you hoped. Maybe they're cold, maybe they moved on, maybe they're with someone else, and now you feel worse than before you reached out. Now you have fresh rejection on top of the pain, on top of the old pain. Neither of those options is going to give you what you actually need. Here's what I need you to remember. You didn't leave because you stopped loving them. You left because staying was costing you too much. You left because you were anxious all the time, because you felt small, because you were walking on eggshells, because it didn't respect your boundary, because the relationship required you to abandon yourself to maintain it. And sometimes they're the ones that left, and all this still remained true. You left because the relationship was hurting you, and that hasn't changed just because you missed them. Love isn't enough if a relationship is toxic. Chemistry isn't enough if there's no safety. History isn't enough if there's no future where you get to keep your peace. Comment and tell me, why did you actually leave? Write it out because in this moment, when your brain is romanticizing them, you'll need to see the real reasons in front of you. And this urge will pass. Last truth, and this is the one that's going to get you through. This feeling is temporary. I know it doesn't feel temporary right now. Like, I know it feels overwhelming, like you can't breathe, and like you'll never stop wanting to reach out, but you felt this before and it passed and you survived it. This urge is a wave. It builds, it peaks, and then it rises. And if you can ride it without acting on it, if you can just sit with it for the next hour, the next few hours, It will pass, not forever. It might come back tomorrow or next week, but this specific moment of intensity, it will pass if you don't feed it by reaching out. And every time you sit with the urge without acting on it, know that you're building a muscle of choosing yourself. You're training your nervous system that you can handle discomfort. You're proving to yourself that you're stronger than the pole. That's the work. Not never having the urge, but choosing not to act on it. So, what we're going to do is your emergency protocol. What to do about it right now. All right, enough theory. You need practical tools for this exact moment. So here's your emergency protocol, your step-by-step guide for the what to do when the urge hits. Step 1, get off your phone immediately. Next 5 minutes. First, put the phone down. Put it in another room if you have to. I'm serious. The urge to text them is as strong as when the phone is in your hand. So remove the temptation. Right now, do this. Pause if you need to. Next, I want you to stand up, walk to a different room, put your phone somewhere you can immediately grab it. Okay. Plug into, charge it. If that helps you, leave it alone. Then what we're going to have you do is to ground yourself physically. So put your hands under cold water. You can be able to press your feet firmly on the floor. Take 5 deep breaths, in for 4, hold for 4, out for 6. Name 5 things you can see, 4 you can touch, 3 you can hear. Your nervous system is activated right now. You need to calm it down before you make any decisions. Step 2, I want you to call your emergency person if you have one. If you have a friend or family member who knows your situation and can talk you down, call them right now. Not tomorrow, not later, right now while you're still feeling this. Tell them, I have the urge to reach out. I'm not going to, but I need to talk for a few minutes. Don't have that person? That's okay. We're going to get through this anyway. Keep going to the next step. Okay? Step 3, I want you to write it out. Don't send it. Don't you dare send it. Grab your, whether it's a Miss Me journal or a piece of paper, write down everything you want to say to them, everything you're feeling, every question you want answered. Like, write the text you want to send, write it to Mike, pick up the phone. Or the conversation you wish you could have, write it all. But here's the key, you're not going to send it. This is just for you to get out of your body and onto paper. Often the urge to reach out is really just the urge to be heard, to express what you're feeling. So express it. Just don't send it to them. Step 4, reality check. Read your past self's wisdom. Now, I want you to go back and read why you left. Read your journal entries from when you were in pain. Read the texts to your friends when you were crying about what they did. Read your therapy notes. Read the list of reasons you made when you decided to leave. Your past self left you receipts for moments, exactly like this one. Trust her. She wrote those things down because she knew you'd forget. She knew your brain would romanticize it. She knew you'd need proof. Read them out loud if you can. Let your past self remind you of the truth. Drop a comment. What would your past self want to tell you right now about going back? Write it down. Let her speak. Step 5, I want you to fast forward. Imagine tomorrow, okay? Now I want you to imagine 2 scenarios. Scenario 1, you reach out. What happens tomorrow morning? Be honest. You wake up and you either, 1, you get a response that felt good for 5 minutes, but now you're anxious, feeling waiting for the next one. Or you got a response that hurts you more. Didn't get a response at all, and now you feel worse. How do you feel about yourself tomorrow if you reached out tonight? Scenario 2, you don't reach out. What happens tomorrow morning? You wake up and you're proud of yourself for sitting with the discomfort. The urge has lessened. You didn't give away your power. Your progress is still intact. Which tomorrow do you want to wake up to? This isn't about never having feelings for them. This is about not making decisions in the middle of the storm that you'll regret in the morning. Step 6, do something that connects you to yourself. Now that you processed, grounded, and reality checked, do something that reminds you who you are without them. And I'll give you some examples. This might be working out, even just a walk around the block, calling a different friend and talking about something completely different, unrelated, cooking yourself a good meal, working on a project you care about, watching a show that makes you laugh, reading something that inspires you. The goal is to shift your energy from I need them to I'm still me, I'm still here, I'm still whole. Step 7, I want you to set a 24-hour rule. Finally, make an agreement with yourself. If you still want to reach out in 24 hours, we'll revisit it, but not tonight. Not when you're emotional, not when it's late, not when you're lonely and vulnerable. Give yourself 24 hours. The urge will look different tomorrow. And in the meantime, you can come back to this episode. You can listen again. You can go through these steps as many times as you need to. And you can let me know in the comments which step helped you the most or which one you're going to do first, because I want you to know what works for you. I do want to know what works for you. Okay. So, section 4, the bigger picture and why this matters. Before we close, I want to zoom out for a minute and remind you of something bigger. Every time you sit with this urge without acting on it, you're not just avoiding a text, you're choosing yourself. You're teaching your nervous system that discomfort is survivable. You're building evidence that you can trust yourself. Understand that you're proving that you're stronger than that pull. This is the work, not never having the urge, but choosing yourself in spite of it. And I know it's hard. I know some days you're going to do these steps and it's going to work and you're going to feel proud. And I know some days you're going to struggle and maybe you'll reach out and you'll feel like you failed. But listen to me, even if you reach out, you haven't erased your progress. You're human. Healing isn't linear. One moment of weakness doesn't define your entire journey. What matters is that you keep coming back, that you keep choosing yourself, that you keep practicing. And the more you practice sitting with the urge without acting on it, the easier it gets. Not because you stopped missing them, but because you get stronger at choosing yourself. The urge might not go away for a while, but your ability to not act on it, that grows every single day, every single time you practice. And eventually, not today, maybe not this month, but eventually there'll be a day when the urge doesn't show up at all. When you think about them and you feel nothing, or you feel grateful it ended, or maybe you feel compassion for who they were, but not desire to go back. That day is coming, but you have to survive today. And you're doing that right now. And I'm proud of you for that. So if you made it through this episode without reaching out, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Because really, that took strength, that took courage, that took you showing up for yourself in a moment when every part of you wanted to abandon yourself to feel better temporarily. That's the real work. And you just did it. So here's what I need from you. Share this episode, send to the friend who's struggling with the same urge, the one who keeps going back, the one who needs an emergency protocol for moments like this. Post it with I need this today and tag me at IamSamantha.a. Let's normalize that the urge is normal and choosing yourself any way as possible. Save this episode. You might need it again tomorrow or next week or next month. Keep it in your favorites. Come back to it every time the urge hits. Walk through the steps as many times as you need to. You can drop just any comment. If you made it through without reaching out, tell me. I want to celebrate you. And if you're still sitting with the urge, tell me that too. And I'm here with you. And if you haven't subscribed, this is the moment. These emergency episodes are here for the 2 a.m. moments, the lonely Saturday nights, the times when you need a friend to talk you through it. Hit subscribe. Join my email list for ongoing support as you navigate this. Weekly tools for moments exactly like this. Link is in the show notes. Know that we have a Substack and come home to yourself, paid subscribers as well, to be able to kind of talk you through the hows of these things. And I wanted to be your companion you take just to have different tools to kind of get to you just your favorite version of yourself each week. So I want you to be able to use this. come back to yourself. You can find me daily on Instagram at IamForever.a and TikTok at Moving Beyond You. Before you go, I want you to do one more thing with me. I want you to put your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and say this out loud. I'm choosing me today. This urge will pass, and I'm going to sit with it without giving away my power. I've got this. Say it again if you need to hear it. Love, the urge to go back doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're human.